Irony here. Welcome to Crazy Adventures. Today we'll be heading out to Buttermilk Falls, Texas Falls, and Warren Falls, with a few other stops along the way. Join us to see where the road leads us. We started our day on 91 North, stopping at the Guilford, Vermont Welcome Center. The Vermont Welcome Center is located at mile marker 5.6, south of exit 1 for Brattleboro. The 1999 Post and Beam Barn was opened on November 29, 1999, and is open daily 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Plenty of parking, travel brochures, local craft displays, vending machines, clean restrooms, friendly staff, a playground, walking path, picnic table, a pet walking area, and a fundraising bake sale in the outdoor pavilion. There was a bake sale while we were exploring. We bought a cookie and enjoyed it on our travels. Always a great place to stretch our legs.
Morning light on a winding drive, leaves on fire, feeling alive. Thermo steaming, boots in the back. No real plan, just a full tank of gas. Green sign flashes, what we came for. Welcome to Vermont, northbound roar. Ease it over, kill the noise, let the season make the choice. Stretch the legs, breathe it in, cold air, wake up, let it begin. Pulled off the highway at Guilford today. Vermont. Travel brochure spinning, maps on the wall. Back roads whisper, waterfalls call. Kids in hoodies, dogs on leads, everybody chasing life's over dreams. Carrot clicks, boots on wood, everything feels the way it should.
We continued on 91 North to exit 6, on to Route 5 North to 103 North through Chester, Vermont.
Northbound thoughts, blue sky grin, falls got a way of pulling you in. Pulled off the highway at Guilford today. Maple shouting and loud display. Wind smells like leaves and pine, feels like we're exactly on time. Is the road ever taught us where we've been? It starts right here at Guilford.
We passed the Stone Village Historic District, commenting that we should find out more about the area. I found online that in the 1830s, skilled masons from Scotland arrived in town to work on a large factory building. Unfortunately, the building is no longer standing. There are 10 buildings in the village constructed in the snecked ashlar technique. This is a stone laying technique which mixes squared ashlar stones from 4 by 6 inches to 3 by 4 feet and can be up to 24 inches thick. They are reinforced with moss and horsehair. There are only around 50 buildings made with this technique still standing in Vermont. We arrived at our first stop, Buttermilk Falls in Ludlow, Vermont. Ludlow is a town in Windsor County and is home of Okemo Mountain, a popular ski resort. It was originally a mill town and was the home of a General Electric plant until 1977, named after Ludlow, Massachusetts, which is less than 100 miles away. Ludlow has a total area of 35.7 square miles, It is at an elevation of 1,067 feet. The population was 2,172 in 2020. The zip code is 05149. The area code is 802. Buttermilk Falls is a publicly accessible natural site featuring a series of 3 waterfalls along Branch Brook within the Okemo State Forest, with free parking along Buttermilk Falls Road. From the information kiosk, we follow the short, easy walk to the lower falls. The lower falls are a set of cascades, 8 feet tall, flowing into a small pool.
Leaves crunch loud with every step. Water calling over every breath. You can hear it before you see, like a lamb saying, follow me. Up the path, over stone and roots. Every climb feels absolute. Buttermilk Falls coming down in white. Autumn shaking loose the light. Mist in the air, thunder in the sound. Everything moving, nothing bound. If the road ever pays you back at all, it does it right here at Buttermilk Falls. Maples dripping red and gold. Rock face dark from the water told. Sun breaks through and a silver flare. Every second's sharp and rare. Hammers out, hearts in shred. Power and conquer line. No need for words, just stand and scale. Let the noise watch some the care. Every mile, every turn leads to something you earn. Buttermilk Falls crashing down in time. Cold spray cutting through the climb. Leaves take flight, boots stand still. You feel the pull, the rush, the thrill. If the road ever pays you back at all.
We went back along the trail and turned to go to the Middle Falls. The Middle Falls are 20 feet tall and drop into a 25-foot wide pool that must be crowded in the summer.
Some places don't whisper, they roar. Remind you what you
After exploring the area, we continued up Buttermilk Falls Road to the end and scrambled down the trail to the Upper Falls. The Upper Falls, sometimes called Bridal Veil Falls, is a segmented horsetail, with the right fall being the predominant one. The left horsetail is only strong during the spring or after a heavy rain.
Buttermilk Falls under October sky. White water burning bright. Everything loud, everything real. This is what it's supposed to feel. If the road ever pays you back at all, it does it right here at Buttermilk Falls. Boots turn
On our way to our next stop, we saw a sign for the Crowley Cheese Factory and turned around to explore. Who can resist cheese? The Crowley Cheese Factory is a historic factory in Mount Holly, Vermont. It is the home of the Crowley Cheese Company, which is believed to be the oldest continuously operating cheesemaker in the United States. The factory was built in 1881 and still makes cheese using its original methods and recipes. Located at 14 Crowley Lane, Mount Holly, Vermont, open Monday through Friday 8 to 4, Saturday 10 to 5, and Sunday 11 to 5, the retail shop offers its handmade cheese and products from other Vermont producers.
Bell rings light, smells like history done right. Wooden boards and aging air, time stacked deep on every stair. Hands at work this place for years, turning milk into souvenirs. You don't rush a thing this real, some stories you can smell and
With samples available, we opted for the A2 Reserve Jersey Cheddar, made with grass-fed Jersey cow A2 milk. Delicious.
tells the truth. Every bite got a little proof. If the road ever shows you what time can keep, it's right here at Crowley Cheese. Glass case lined with blocks and wheels, each one stamped with a handmade feel. Signs say since the long ago, yeah, you taste it and you know. Maps in the car, crumbs on the seat, worth the stop, worth the detour heat. You don't just pass a place like
Leaving the parking area, we noticed a sign for a general store and decided to explore. The Belmont General Store, located at 2400 Belmont Road, Belmont, Vermont, was founded in 1843, situated next to Vermont's highest elevation post office, and has served the area for over 180 years. The store offers a selection of local Vermont-sourced products and essential household groceries, a selection of beer, cider, and wine, and a cafe and deli. We asked at the cafe what sandwiches were available, and there were only pre-made options, so we opted for a granola bar and a brownie for the road. Nice store. It was fun to check out.
built to last, not built to trend. Every wheel's a weekend friend. Some places don't need a sign, they just wait till you arrive.
We continued on, traveling about 25 miles, passing through Clarendon to our next planned stop, the Gorham Covered Bridge in Florence, Vermont. The Gorham Covered Bridge carries Gorham Bridge Road across Otter Creek in a rural area of Pittsford and Proctor, Vermont. It is a town lattice truss bridge built in 1841 by Abraham Owen and Nicholas M. Powers. Powers was one of the best-known 19th century bridgewrights, credited with a large number of covered bridges. The bridge was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1974. The bridge is a single-span town lattice truss, 114 feet in length, resting on stone abutments that have been faced in concrete. The bridge has been strengthened by the addition of laminated beams below the road deck, which is 18 feet wide. The bridge's exterior is sheathed in vertical board siding, which ends short of the roof line, and is topped by a gabled roof, now covered in corrugated metal. The siding extends around the sides of the portal faces and a short way inside the portals. The bridge was built in 1841 and is one of Vermont's oldest surviving covered bridges, and is one of 3 surviving bridges built by Powers. There is a small parking area on the riverbank. We met someone fishing. We explored the area and then continued on to our next planned stop, Depot Covered Bridge.
Every step something's been said. You don't rush, you don't pass, you just let the moment last. Some miles fly, some stay. This one's here to make you wait. History hums in every sound. When you cross, you're crossing ground. Gorham Covered Bridge, wood and stone, standing strong, holding its own. River wide and
We passed a sign for the Beaver Pond picnic area and turned around to explore. The 38-acre parcel of land with Beaver Pond was acquired by the town of Proctor in 2016. The picnic area was restored, a fishing dock added, and hiking trails were created. The park is open dawn to dusk from April 1st through November 1st.
built to cross, not built to race. Every scar keeps its place. You don't beat it, you don't bend, you meet it right where you're at. Gorham Covered Bridge, daylight gold. October stories getting told. One lane, one breath, one try. Watch the leaves in the water slide. If the road ever teaches you how to slow it, whispers here where the cold water flows. Back to blacktop, engine hum, another crossing come and gone. But some roads don't just let you pass, they teach you how to last.
We continued on to Depot Covered Bridge, a historic town lattice truss bridge carrying Depot Hill Road over Otter Creek in Pittsford, Vermont. The bridge was built around 1804 and is one of Vermont's older covered bridges. It underwent restoration in the 1980s and was subsequently reinforced with steel stringers. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1974. The bridge is a single-span town lattice structure set on stone abutments that have been faced in concrete. It has a total span of 121 feet, with the upper ends of the trusses extending 6 feet beyond the abutments at either end. The bridge is 22 feet wide with a roadway width of 18 feet. The bridge is sheathed in vertical board siding and its roof is slate. The bridge deck is now supported by steel stringers, and there are small parking areas on both sides of the bridge.
Depot Covered Bridge in the fall, standing proud, welcoming all. Maple leaves span, river flows slow. Every mile north teaches you to go. If the road ever shows you how to breathe, it's here where history meets the leaves.
On to our next stop, Hammond Covered Bridge, just 2.5 miles away.
Go on a worn-out floor, past whispers from a wooden door. Railing strong, but weathered and kind. Stories tucked in every line. Pull over slow, take it in. Even
Pittsford, Vermont is a town in Rutland County. First settled as a frontier town in 1769, about 60 miles north of Bennington. It was named after William Pitt, 1st Earl of Chatham. The town's motto is, quote, Vermont's Sunshine Village. It has a total area of 43.6 square miles, is at an elevation of 466 feet. The population was 2,862 in 2020. The zip code is 05763, and the area code is 802. The Hammond Covered Bridge is a town lattice covered bridge spanning Otter Creek in Pittsford, Vermont. The bridge was built in 1842 by Asa Norse and originally carried Kendall Hill Road, which now passes just to its south. The bridge was added to the National Register of Historic Places on January 21, 1974. The Hammond Covered Bridge is a single-span town lattice structure with trusses 139 feet in length and a roadway width of 18 feet. The eastern abutment is built of stone and marble slabs and is now topped by concrete. The bridge has been reinforced with laminated beams mounted below the trusses. The exterior is finished in vertical board siding, which extends around to the portal faces and a short way inside. In 1927, a flood swept the bridge 1.5 miles downstream in a field, but left the structure intact. Since it was still functional, the bridge was placed on barrels and transported back to its original location. It is now called, quote, the bridge that went on a voyage. The bridge was later bypassed by a steel and concrete bridge on Kendall Hill Road and is closed to vehicle traffic. It was acquired by the state in 1961, which is responsible for its maintenance. There is a parking area in front of the covered bridge, foot traffic only. We explored the bridge and continued on to our next destination.
Me eats the leaves. Engine hums, wheels back on track, but the bridge stays calling, always back. Next mile waits another bend. Some stops linger when roads end.
We found ourselves on the scenic Route 73 through Brandon Gap, stopping at the great cliff of Mount Horrid Overlook. The pull-up provided views of the cliff and a large wetland complex and Beaver Pond.
Leaves like fire across the slope, every mile climbing higher hope. Pull the car off gravel crunch, wind whipping through with a punch. Steps to the edge, heart in your throat, nature screaming what the road wrote. You don't look down, you look around, every view shaking the ground. Mount Horrid, overlooked today, northbound roads, but we found our way. Falling gold, rivers in blue, every breath feels big and true. If the road ever teaches what freedom means, it's here, where the mountains meet the dreams. Sunlight splitting the misty air, granite cliffs, pine everywhere. Camera clicks, wind in your face, every second slows, no need to race. Trail signs warm, but thrill calls, every step is worth it for these walls. Horizons stretch, engines fade, adventure lives in the view you made. Feet on rock, hands on the rail, mountains whisper their epic tale. Mount Horrid, overlooked today, leaves burning bright, river bends sway.
Our next stop was Village Grocery and Liquor in Rochester, Vermont for a picnic lunch. We settled on Swiss cheese, turkey, brioche rolls, coleslaw, tortellini salad, Humpty Dumpty all-dressed chips, and an Oakhurst lemonade. Continuing down the road, we found the Lions Club picnic area nearby. Perfect park to stop at for a quick picnic lunch.
Some stops aren't just a rest, they remind you life's a quest. Wind and heights, stone and sky, you don't just pass, sometimes you fly. Mount Horrid.
Following scenic Route 100 into Hancock, Vermont, we made our way to Texas Falls. Texas Falls is a small but scenic series of pothole plunge-style waterfalls along the Hancock Branch, where the brook rumbles through a narrow gorge. The falls are made up of 3 distinct tiers of 12, 9, and 10 feet. Below each are deep pools of water. Due to injuries, swimming is no longer allowed. Fencing surrounds the flume and falls, and you're asked to stay on paths at all times.
Back roads bending through red and gold, trailhead sign, adventure unfolds. Boots crunch leaves, packs on our backs. The air smells like pine and dampened tracks. Water rushing, tumbling loud, mist on rocks hiding in the cloud. Sunlight splinters through branches high, every step lifts you closer to the sky. You hear it first before you see the power of the drop, wild and free. Texas Falls, autumn day, pull off the road, let the world fade away. Water, white leaves swirl around, every splash is a perfect sound.
The best view is from the bridge that crosses over the brook. From this vantage point, you can see 2 small plunges with a deep pool between them. Both plunges flow through the narrow gorge. There is no parking fee. We found 3 different parking areas. The first parking area is closest to the falls and has a gender-neutral vault-type bathroom. There are 2 picnic areas past the first parking area. An information kiosk can be found at the bridge at the trailhead. The loop trail is said to be easy, but we wanted to make our final planned waterfall before dark.
No rush, no clock, just hike and stare. This kind of stop is beyond compare. Footsteps mingle with the rushing flow. Every moment tells you to slow. Texas Falls, autumn day, red and gold in a watery spray. Leaves spin wild, river hums low. Every step feels like it knows. If the road ever teaches what wonder means, it's here in the roar and the greens. Some stops don't just mark the map, they pull you in, they make you clap. Water crashing, wind in hair, this is what adventure dares. Texas Falls, northbound thrill, October blazing, mountain chill. Mist and leaves, sun through the trees. Every mile feels like a tease. If the road ever teaches what wonder means, it's here in the roar and the greens. Trailhead gone, engine hums, back to the road, northward runs. Next stop waits, another bend. Some stops linger when roads end.
After exploring and taking pictures, we headed out to Warren Falls. Traveling along Route 100, we discovered the glorious Moss Glen Falls. We pulled into the small parking area and found that unfortunately the bridge and boardwalk was closed for repairs, but we discovered the well-worn path on the inside of the guardrail. This stunning waterfall horsetails for 35 feet over a series of rocks into a shallow pool. We have added this waterfall to the must visit again file.
Back roads winding through crimson trees, sunlight flickers dancing on leaves. Trailhead sign, boots on the path, cool air bites, morning aftermath. Water tumbling, echoing clear, mist on rocks carving the year. Every step crunch underfoot, this kind of stop puts you in the mood. Hear it roar before you see nature shouting, wild and free. Warren Falls, autumn day. Pull off the road, let the world fade away. Red and gold.
We continued on Route 100, reaching our destination, Warren Falls. The paved parking area has about 25 to 30 parking spaces. An information kiosk indicates that there is a short 800-foot path to the Cascades. The path to the right brings you down to the bottom of the falls, with views of the lower Cascades and stunning gorge walls. The upper path offers views of the upper Cascades, gorge, and Mad River. The falls are a series of several small plunges amid striking gorge walls.
Take a step, catch the view. Every mile north feels fresh and new. No rush, no clock, just hike and stare. This kind of adventure is beyond compare. Footsteps mingle with rushing flow. Every moment tells you to slow. Warren Falls, autumn day. Gold and amber in the spray. Leaves spin, river hums.
The falls are a series of several small plunges amid striking gorge walls. They're made up of 3 distinct tiers totaling about 20 feet in height, broken up into individual drops of about 7, 10, and 3 feet. The potholes below each of these drops create swimming holes. What a gorgeous location.
They make you clap. Water roaring, wind in hair. This is what adventure did. through October light, back road curves, river inside.
Heading home, we spotted another covered bridge. The Warren Covered Bridge is a wooden covered bridge that crosses the Mad River in Warren, Vermont on Covered Bridge Road. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1974. The bridge is a queen post truss design at a length of 57.5 feet and a width of 13.8 feet. Constructed by Walter Bagley in 1880, the eastern portal extends further over the approaching roadway than the western portal. The trusses are covered on the outside and inside as well. The bridge deck was strengthened and the roof replaced in 1995. In 1999, it was closed to all traffic due to hidden issues. It was extensively repaired and rededicated on October 6, 2000. What an awesome day exploring waterfalls and covered bridges in Vermont. Thanks so much for joining us on our adventure. Can't wait until the next one. Let us know where you think we should explore next. Be sure to check the video description for the addresses of our stops today so you can plan a future adventure yourself. Can't wait to see where the road takes us next.